Alrighty guys, so ooh, no I did not. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Amanda's Aesthetics. Today we are doing something that I have been wanting to do for quite some time now, but I have just been putting off with just having software issues,
Adobe,
and just being behind schedule and starting school up again. I've been behind my schedule and the schedule that I would like to be at. So today we're going to be doing the first of 5, but I believe it's now going to be 7, but technically I think it's 5. We're going to be doing a little series on the Kaleidos Futurism palette. Now, if you are not familiar with Kaleidos,
you need to just go do something about that.
Kaleidos has 5 Futurism palettes. They actually just came out with 2 more palettes that are similar to this. I don't believe they're part of the Futurism series, but I may end up doing individual videos on them just to kind of go in with these. So like I said, there are 5 of them, and I think it just makes the most sense to go in order since they're numbered. So number 1, which we're going to be doing today, is their Sci-Fi green palette. Now, side note, let me just give you a little bit of context to explain to you how much I love and adore and cherish these palettes. The only palettes that I still keep in their original boxes are my 28 pan Natasha Denona palettes.
Obviously.
And these. That's it. Those are the only ones. I am so in love with everything about them. The color stories of all of them and the packaging of them is just everything to me. So this is what the packaging looks like, and it very much reminds me of my paintings. Just has that fluid acrylic look to it, and it has the same packaging inside. Just so pretty. I love the layout of it, that it's just one simple row. You get a cute little mirror, and then it just kind of folds like this, and it has this magnetic clasp right here, and then it has the name of it right on the center. So I love these so much. I think what we're gonna try and do for this Futurism palette series, or should I say what the plan is we're gonna try and do 2 looks, 1 palette, and I think I'm just gonna do 1 look on one eye, 1 look on the other. Things may switch up. I may be so in love that I want to do another look, so we'll just see how it goes, but that is the plan. Some of these palettes I played around with, and some of them I have not, and some of them I've only used certain shades in it, so it really just depends per palette. With this palette, I have used a few shades in here. I don't think I've used them all, but I think I've used at least these 4 shades, and when I did use them,
I loved them.
so I am not worried at all. Today's super status video is actually going to be some photos, and these photos are by Hannah Benson. She is on Instagram. I will link her up top and in the description down below. Go check her out. She has very nice, well thought out photos, and she has all different kinds of color themes in her photos, which is part of what makes them so brilliant. So I just picked a few. She has a lot of them, but I just picked a few, kind of color coordinating them based off of the palette. So let's go check those out right now. Oh, I love those so much. So much. So pretty, so well thought out. Each product that was put in the place specifically for that reason, and each product that was chosen for a reason to match other products that she chose. Just, I love the overall concept of them and the thought that clearly goes into them. So pretty, love them so much. We'll definitely check out some more in the future. Again, go check out Hannah Benson on Instagram if you have not already. And now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into these looks. I'm sure you could guess, but my eyes are primed with my Kaleidos eyeshadow primer. Love this stuff
So much.
and I figured it was fitting to use with the shadows. So alright, so going based off of the shadow names, we are going to start off with this shade. This is the shade Smog, and going to, whoa, I don't know why, because I know Kaleidos, but I forgot the pigmentation.
Whoa damn.
Okay, so shadow 1, we're in love. Now I'm gonna go into this shade. This is ET, which is just like a darker, more cooler olive green. And I'm gonna like focus that on my outer corner and just kind of deepen that a little bit. And I'm placing that right on the inner part of my lid as well. This one, you can tell that it's darker, but they are quite similar. I feel like they could have added another, like a different shadow in here because these two are quite similar. So I'm just taking that brush that I used for the first shade and I'm just kind of pulling it up just a tad. I love how the shadows are just blending out. I have no transition shade under here and just the blend is just so beautiful. I'm gonna go into their matte black. This is Dark Side, and I'm just going to tap it. Look at that. It's just crazy how intense these are. And I'm just kind of blending that into the green right here. And then I'm doing the same thing right on the inner part of my lid. And then I'm just lightly pulling that into my crease. And then just with the brush that I used with ET, I'm going to just kind of blend that in just slightly. This is such a smoky look and I'm kind of living for it right now. Taking some of that dark side and just popping that right on the outer part of my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go into the shade Smog, which is that first green that we used. And I'm popping that on the rest of my lower lash. And then why not? I'll take some of that ET, which is just the darker green, and pop that right on the center. All right, now I'm going into this shade, which may be my favorite shade in the palette. This is Glamora. This is the shimmer green shade. So pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that. Wow, that's so pretty. And then I'm just kind of lightly feathering it. And then I'm taking some more of that Smog shade, and I'm kind of just popping it right on the edges. And I really have no fallout at all. Guys, I don't know, I kind of want to do my other eye like this to match it. I think I may have to. I think we may have to just, yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Alrighty guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye to match it just because I really do love this look. I knew it. I knew the plans would change, but it's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and do this eye and then I'll be right back to show you guys. Alrighty guys, so I just completed this eye to match this eye and I'm loving how this is looking. I think it looks so pretty for a nice fall smoky eye, a nice little
Welcome, fall.
You know, we don't have too many options here, so I think I'm just gonna go into this shade right here. This is Nuclear, and I think I'm gonna put this on my inner corners just to kind of add a little warmth to the look. Let's see. Yeah, I actually really like that. And I am trying to keep this very focused to the specific spot. I don't want it, you know, all over the place. I want it right where I'm putting it and only there. I'm just slightly cleaning up my inner corner, just right on the lid, a little bit of black. I think I'm actually gonna put some of this dark side on the inner part of my lower lash, and then I'm gonna pop that shimmer right on the center, just to kind of keep that halo cohesiveness, I guess. Popping the shimmer right on the center. Alright, I'm gonna go in with some liner and mascara, and then I will be right back. Alrighty guys, and this is the completed look. I love it. I think it is so fall. Just like, let me give you guys a little close-up. I used my Tarteist black eyeliner, the double-sided one, and I used the liquid liner for up top, and then I used the pencil liner for my upper waterline, and then on my lower waterline, I used my, where'd it go? BH Cosmetics Power Pencil in Shimmer Gold, and I actually really like BH Cosmetics pencil liners. And then for mascara, I just added some plain old black mascara with my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And then on my lips, I decided to take advantage of having such a smoky eye, and I went in with my Ofra lipstick, and this is in the shade Mina. This is like a super pretty dark berry. I do like the lips, and I like that they're dark, and I think that it, love it. And I am really glad that I decided to do it on both eyes because I think it's
killer.
Let me go ahead and wash my face off, and then we will jump into look 2. Alright guys, I am back with a clean, fresh face. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I do want to play with this radioactive, so I think we're gonna start off with that shade. This is the one shade that I have not used yet, so I am excited. Wow, look at that. Look at how it is applying on my eye. That is just incredible. And I'm just gonna blend that out because it just blends out like a dream. Look at that. I can never get over just the quality of Kaleidos' shadows. They are just so incredible. They are unlike anything else I've ever tried before. I'm tapping into their matte black. This is the shade Dark Side again, and I'm going to pop that right on the outer corners and just add that depth to the eye. And I'm slowly pulling that into the crease a little bit. Alright, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the shade Smog to go in that outer corner and just help blend that orange and black together. And I'm being very cautious where I apply this green because I do want this look to be mainly about the brown and gold in this palette. Oh my god, and once again, just such an effortless blend. I'm really like, there's no effort going into this and it's just coming out amazing. I'm gonna add a little bit of that radioactive shade, kind of like in my crease and right above it. And I'm just kind of tapping a little bit on the outer area of where I just blended, just to keep that brown as much as possible. Alrighty, I'm gonna take this shade, which is Glamora, which is that super pretty green shimmer. And I'm trying to be kind of cautious to just kind of keep it right around here. I mean, look at that. I don't even really have to blend it in. It's blending itself. Then I'm just doing the same thing on this side. And then I'm gonna go into this shade, which is Nuclear. And I'm just popping the... Wow. Stunning. Just popping this on the rest of the lid. I just love how I can use these shadows, especially these shimmers. Like, look at that line. I'm adding a little bit more of that radioactive shade again, just kind of right around that gold. Taking some of that Dark Side matte black, I'm just popping that right on the outer part of my lower lash. And then I'm gonna go into that shade Radioactive, and I'm going to pop that on the rest of my lower lash. And then just to help these two mix again, I'm going into that shade Smog and just popping the smallest bit right over where they overlap. And then I'm gonna go into this gorgeous shade Nuclear, and I'm popping that right on the inner part of my lower lash. And I'm just taking my fluffy brush that I was using with the Radioactive, and I'm just ever so slightly pulling that brown right down under my outer corner. Now, I am not sure if I want to use Nuclear or Glamora for my inner corners. I think we're going to go in and we're going to try Nuclear first, and then we're going to see how that looks. It may be a little bit too much of this gold, but we'll see. And then on this eye, I'm going to go in with Glamora, and we're going to see how that looks. Alright, I'm digging the Glamora, and then because these shadows are just so freaking pigmented, I can just kind of go over the Nuclear. And then I'm just taking a little bit of Nuclear and popping that right on top right here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some liner and mascara, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, and this is the completed look, and I love it. This is a closer look. I hope you guys can see, I attempted some graphic liner. So what I ended up doing was, for my graphic liner, I used my Rimmel Wonder Swipe 2-in-1, and I don't know what the shade is, but this is the color of it. And I originally did my entire upper line this color, and then on the lower one, right around my lash line, I used my Marc Jacobs metallic eyeliner. This is in the shade Blitz Coin, and this is just like a super pretty copper. I actually tried to blend this shade into the orange on the outer corner. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I tried. And then on my lower waterline, I tried a couple different liners, but I decided to use my LA Girl Shockwave, and this is in the shade Screamin'. I love this yellow. It is just so pigmented on that waterline. And then on my upper waterline, I did not use black.
I don't know. Who am I?
So I used my Urban Decay 24/7 pencil in the shade Amber. And then for mascara, I originally tried to use some brown mascara, but my eyelashes weren't popping the way I wanted them to with this look. So I ended up going over them with the same mascara, my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. And then on my lower lashes, I used my much loved Urban Decay Double Team. This is the silver and the gold, and I just used the gold right on those lower lashes. And I am in love. On my lips, I tried to do something kind of like orange coral, and I went in with my Maybelline Matte Clay Crush. And if you guys have seen my videos, you know that I love my Maybelline lipstick. I love this shade. I think it's so pretty, especially with the look. And then I just popped my Pat McGrath. I just got the mini trio lip glosses from Sephora, so I used this shade. This is Pale Fire Nectar. Ooh, I love that name. It's long and
Completely unnecessary.
but kind of living for it. All right, guys, let's talk about this thing. So this was everything and more. Honestly, it was everything that I wanted, everything that I hoped, everything that I expected, and more. Amazing. The shadows, I mean, like, I honestly have nothing bad to say. Every single shade in here performed amazing. Every single shade. The shimmers were incredible. I could not believe how well they worked with a brush. And the mattes were just gorgeous. They were so pigmented. So pigmented. And they just blended out incredibly, especially like that base shade, whichever base shade I put down first, blended out so amazing. Like, I did not need transition shades. The only thing I maybe will say is that I felt like these two shades were fairly similar looking on the eye. They were different enough where you could tell a difference, but I do feel like this palette would have benefited from maybe swapping out one of these shades for a different one, maybe like a more lighter green or a brown maybe would have been really pretty in here. Anyway, love this, incredible. I highly recommend you pick this up if you haven't already. It's $24, and I think they have like bundles on the website as well if you want to get like 3 of these, or if you want to grab this with like a blush or a contour and a lip gloss. I'm really looking forward to trying the other palettes. Again, I haven't tried out all of these palettes yet, so it's super exciting for me to just tap into these palettes. I've been waiting for so long because I've been wanting to film this series for forever, but I just haven't been able to get around to it until now. But I'm glad that I was finally able to shoot this first video with you guys. Let me know if you've tried this, and let me know what your thoughts are. If you have any similar thoughts, different thoughts, anything like that. Any thoughts at all, honestly. Let me know which look you liked better, if you liked look 1 or 2 better. And again, shout out to Hannah Benson. Thank you for letting me use your photos in my video. And go ahead and check her out on Instagram if you haven't already. I am going to try and go ahead and keep up with filming these because I'm just really anxious, honestly. And yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts or comments in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next one.